Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode with your girl Audrey Codner from ACG Math Tutoring. And happy holidays to you guys. For those that do recognize, Merry Christmas. Get ready for Kwanzaa. Let's do it, all this. So, if anything, yeah, I don't celebrate holidays anymore. Give up on that. What I do is I look at some sample questions for GED, ASVAB, ACCUPLACER, TEAS test, HESI test, sometimes SAT and ACT. And what I do is I just go over some of the math problems just to keep your mind active, keep them involved, and also to help you reach your next goal. So what I'm focusing on today is the arithmetic reasoning for the ASVAB. But if you notice, a lot of those problems are very similar what you will see in the GED as well as the ACCUPLACER and some parts of the TEAS test, especially for the algebra component. So this is something for everyone. So welcome on in. So all you have to do is I'm going to read the next problem. After I read it, then you guys try to answer to the best of your ability, and then I go over the problem. As simple as that. So right now we have Barbara worked 30 hours last week. She earns $422. If she was paid $455 this week, approximately how many hours did she work? Is it A, 32, B, 35, C, 37, or D, 39? All you have to do is just put either A, B, C, or D into the comments, and then I'll tell you what the answer is, and then I'll break it down for you. All right? So hopefully everyone is doing well. Let's see what's coming on in. Okay, Shane is saying it's A. Good afternoon. Am I losing my voice? I had a bit of a cry earlier, so I'm trying to get myself together. All right, so thank you so much for your concern. I appreciate it. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. is saying A. Well, congratulations to you guys. Steve is saying B. Okay, we have some others that are chiming in. I know, in between the festivities, like this is the time where most people are like, you're waiting for the food, you already did the present stuff, and then, there's some football later on, come see, come saw. It's that weird spot where you just want to continue to scroll. So one, thank you for stopping in. So Amy is saying B. Steve, I got you with the A. Is that Livo? Is saying A. Thank you for the follow. Just call me Solo. Hey, I feel you. Thank you so much for the follow as well. A. The math it did is close to it. Okay. So let's do it. And I totally agree that you're going to be close to it. So first off, we can basically solve this almost like a proportion. So if we're saying 30 hours, they earned like $422. Okay, so we want to know how many hours to get paid that $455. So if I set it up like a proportion, when I do my cross multiplying, because I can't do my simple little trick, because if I multiply 422 to anything, it's not anything past 1. It's definitely going to surpass the 455. So when I set up, I got my 422 times x, and then we're going to do 30 times 455. If I do 455 times 3, I got my 5, I got my 6, my 13, and then I just add my 0. So I have 13,650. Now, if we divide both sides by 422, we're definitely going to get a decimal. So I know 4 can go into this. So we got 3. Nature got me with the 2. And it's like roughly like 0.3, right? So they want to know approximately, how many hours did she work? So I'm looking at 32.3, which is close to my 32 hours, okay? So we're not going to round up to 35. That would be a bit too much, right? So we're not going to go anything higher. So our answer is just going to be A. So good job, everyone. Okay, good afternoon. Hey, Phoenix Queen. Hello, Big Al. I see you. All right, so let's take a look at our second one. So we have Timothy runs every morning once around a circular track in a park close to his house. If the radius of the circular track is 50 yards, how far does Timothy run every morning? Is it A, 250 yards? Is it B, 285 yards? Is it C, 314 yards? Or is it D, 380 yards? So what do you think? And I love this, the fact that they say the track is in 50 yards, so we don't have to do any conversion. So that helps a lot. And another tip that they gave you is it's a circular track. So that means we're looking at a circle. So what do we think? Hey, Merry Christmas, Michael. Oh yes, Merry Christmas, Big Al. How you guys doing up? Big G Money, we just got one down, okay? Just one. So you didn't miss too much. Okay. Okay, so you just did that. Yep. All right, so Phoenix Queen is saying C. Is that Dimitri? Following. Thank you so much for the follow. Laveau is saying A. I love the croissant. Ugh, love croissants. I gotta stop eating them. It's crazy. Well, the croissants I'm eating is not really a croissant. It's a crescent. So he's saying C. Dom is saying C. Cute girl is saying nay, is saying A. Michael saying C. Elisa is saying C. Dom, I got you with the 314. I love it. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Okay. Aviation is saying C. I'm going to explain. No problem, Barbie. I will explain in a moment. I just wanted to get people the little time for them to put their stuff in. Okay. Let's see what we got. Any more? All right. Hatch, thank you so much for the follow. All right. So let's take a look. So since we're talking about a circular track, and they're saying the radius is 50 yards. So I'm going to try to draw a nice circle. Oh, that's not too bad, right? Fancy. All right, so our radius is always a point from the center of the circle to a point that's on the line. So this is my 50 yards. So now they want to know how far did he run. So he's running on the outside. So we are not looking for area. We're looking for circumference. So our circumference is 2 pi r. Okay, so when we have, who was it? I think it was Dom. Okay, yes, it was Dom. So when Dom mentioned that it was like 100 times 3.14, the reason why he got 100 is because he replaced the r with the 50. And now you have 2 times pi times 50. So 2 times 50, that's where the 100 came from. Now we're going to replace the pi with its short popular version, which is 3.14. Okay. So now if I multiply 100 with this 3.14, all I'm simply doing is moving that decimal place over 2 places to the right. So now I have roughly 314. So that's why my answer is going to be C, 314 yards. Okay, so people were locked in with C. I love that. Okay, so Barbie, did you see that? Okay, Shadow is seeing that. So 22 sevens, you can use that. That's if you divide 22, if you divide 22 and 7, you'll get the 3.14 as well. Okay, that's the approximate of, but in a fraction form. Okay, all right, good. All right back at you. To calculate the area, not a problem. Because anytime you hear somebody's running around something, it's going to be that circumference. Okay, all right. Math GED January 2nd. All right, let's go. Let's do this. Maybe some of the additional stuff that I'm going to be showing may be helpful. All right, so number 3, Jack sets up a security camera in his backyard to take automatic pictures every 15 minutes. If the first picture is taken at 10 p.m. and Jack shuts the camera off at 2 a.m., how many pictures will Jack have? Is it A, 16 pictures, B, 132 pictures, C, 17 pictures, or D, 15 pictures? Okay, Ricky, the 3.14 came from pi. You didn't have a math teacher your senior year. Oh my, what's going on? Okay, Brickhouse is saying A. DM Pac-Man is saying A. Yes, just P-I with the E. No E. The E is what we're supposed to be eating later. The P-I is what we have in math. Keep the comments clean. Okay. Big Al saying A. Lily A. Is that Sai? Saying A. Nini with the A. Article A. Lily A. Levo is A. Ricky. Shadow A. Okay, 132. Okay, that'll be my B. All right, Noah A. All right. Taught me nothing the entire semester. Do you offer private tutoring? Yes, I do. This is the perfect time to get me because most of my kids are on vacation or they already passed their stuff, which is awesome. Okay, 4 hours, 4 pictures. Okay, so let's take a look. So if we're saying they want to know how many hours, so this is saying that it takes a picture for every 15 minutes. Okay, so they want to know how many, if it started at 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. So 10, you got 11, 12, 1, 2. So that right here, this is 4 hours. Okay, we got to convert those hours into minutes because when they said they automatically take a picture every 15 minutes. So if we're looking at those 4 hours, and we know that there are 60 minutes in an hour, we're going to multiply that. So when we do that, we get our 240. Okay, so this is how many minutes we're dealing with. Okay, so we did have to do a little conversion in order for us to get this. Now, if we're looking at our 240, let's make that into a 4 here. And this is happening every 15 minutes, okay? Plus the time that he shut it off. So that means there was 15. So we're looking at roughly 255 for the 15 minutes. So if I take my 255 and I divide it, I'm going to get 17 pictures. Because if I don't include the 10 p.m., if I just go ahead and say, because some people will say, all right, 10 to 11, that's 1 hour. All right, 11 to 12, that's 2 hours. Okay, then we have 12 to 1, that's 3 hours. And then 1 to 2, that's 4 hours. But they took some pictures exactly at 10 p.m. So we have to include those 15 pictures in that 1 hour. That's where this came from. Because most of the time when people count from 10 to 11, they don't include all the activity that happened at 10. So that's why I got that 15. So 15 over 15, that includes those pictures that were taken. So when I add them together, 240 plus 15 gives me 255. Divided by the 15 picture or the 15 minutes, that means I got 17 pictures that was totally taken during that time frame. Okay, let me shrink, because some people were like, let me take a picture of that so I can have that. Go ahead, take a picture of it. But remember, I do record all my replays, and I'll go and tell you where that is. No, you do. For this case, you had to count because you are taking pictures on that first moment. Okay. All right. Yep. Okay. Yep. So this is what, if you want to, you can sit there and count 15 minutes for every hour. So you had to count like, okay, there was pictures. So that means there is one picture for that 15 minutes at 10. That means 10:15, that's another picture. Then we have 10:30, then 10:45. You want to do this? 11 o'clock, okay? So if I know my 10 p.m., 10:15, because every 15 minutes you're taking a picture, right? So this is 10 p.m., 10:15, 10:30, 10:45, 11 o'clock. So we're looking at 5. So if we're doing at 4 hours, I know a lot of people will be like, oh, okay, but I don't want to include this. So if we do this, we can do our 10 o'clock, 10:15, 10:30, 10:45. We can just do these 4, multiply that by 4, right? Which gives us our 16. But we need to include the picture that was taken at 2 a.m. How do you feel about that way? Is that way better? Yep. But see, my thing is, if you start at 10 and then you stop, that means you have to add the 1 that's taken at 2 a.m. All right. So it's going to be 17. I know. Pretty sneaky. All right. So now here we go with the whole novel. Ready? Joy is trying a new weight loss plan, as we all are. The theorem seems simple. Eat fewer calories and exercise more. Yeah, okay. The book says that Joy's body burns 2,000 calories per day to maintain her current weight. And every 2,500 calorie deficit is a pound of weight loss. If Joy burns 400 calories per day exercising and goes on a 1,500 calorie per day diet, how many pounds should she lose in a 7-day week? Think about it. This is a little close to home. A little close to home. I was just calculating that earlier today. So we're trying to figure out, is it A, 3 pounds, B, 2.5 pounds, C, 4 pounds, or D, 5 pounds, as everyone's sitting here waiting for Christmas dinner. Right? Give you flashbacks. Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm talking about, Rob. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Just keep being active, guys. That's my only thing. We are so sedentary. We just need to be active. Just go for a walk. If you walk twice a day and eat moderate, and we can't help it because, our government is poisoning our own food. They're constantly putting cornstarch. You think it's healthy. You're like, oh my God, it's from like Trader Joe's. It's got to be healthy. Look in the back of that package. You will never eat Trader Joe's ever again. Never again. Right? Try to keep your brain active. I know, that's the thing. You can't help it because even the healthiest thing, you'll go out to dinner, you're like, I'm having vegetables. This is amazing. You have no idea how much butter, has been thrown, margarine, which is worse, has been thrown on those vegetables. Unless you're cooking it your damn self, babies, you might as well just stop, right? Just stop. All right, so let's see. Okay, we got B's. We got Big Al saying B. JJ Dog is saying B. A moment of silence. A moment of silence for what? The weight that we're about to leave? What we getting a moment of silence for? Sharmar, what we doing? What's happening? Okay, we'll see it with our A. Oh, nice. Little commercials, love it. Okay. All right, so we are talking about in a normal 7-day week. So that means we're doing a whole lot of stuff that's happening per day. Okay, so that means we're going to be using this 7 quite often. So normal, okay, normally they're saying like 2,000 calories just to maintain her own weight. But then she wants to go on a 15-calorie diet and then burning 400 calories a day exercising, right? So we're taking a look. We're using our 7 times the 2,000. We're going to see what we're starting off with. So that is going to give us our 14,000. But if we're looking at what she's doing, she wants to do it at 1,500. So that gives us our 35,105. That'll give us our 10,500. But with the exercising, so that'll be 7 times our 400. That gives us our 2,800. So if I take, let me add these two together. So if we have, this is from eating, this is from working out. So if I not add them together, if I want to subtract them, so I should get, with my 14,000, we're going to get our, because that's going to be a 9, hold on. One second. Because I'm feeling like I'm doing something wrong. So we have our 1040, we have our 10 doing that. That means we are doing, because we have our 25, we're taking our deficit of our 1050. I know, sometimes I'll do stuff and all of a sudden I get a brain fart like I do. So if I'm subtracting this does give me 770. Okay. I'm going to subtract these two. So when I subtract them, I'll get my 7,700. I want to take that 7,700 because I subtract these two because I'm taking it away from what was indicated, which gives me my 6,300. And I want to divide it. This is what their calculators, we're supposed to be looking at a 2,500 calorie deficit. So if we take that 6,300 divided by the 2,500, yep. So this will give us roughly 2.52. So roughly 2.5 pounds. Okay, so let me reiterate what I just did. All right. So normally, Okay, this is what the book says. 2,000 calories per day to maintain her weight. So if anything, if we're looking at a 7-day week, so that means 2,000 a day, 7 times 2,000 gives me my 14,000. But then this is what she wants to do. She says, screw it, I'm going to do 1,500 because that means if I eat less and exercise more, I should be able to have, the weight should come off a lot quicker. Now, with her taking this off, so 7 times the 1,500 gives us our 10,500. And with the exercise happening 7 days a week, that will be 2,800. So when I subtract these two, okay, that gives me a deficit of 7,700. Now I want to take that from basically what the book is saying. So this is what she's doing. This is what the book is saying. And so she wants to see what the deficit is. So when we subtract these two, we want to divide by, if we're going to keep with that 2,500 calorie deficit, when we do the division, you'll figure out how much weight you should lose in a 7-day week, which is roughly 2.5 or 2.5 pounds. That's how we got the B. Oh, and my computer just went cray-cray. All right. Okay. Yep. So this is what a lot of those calculators, if you go online and you're always like, I want to know how much weight do I have to do? You can actually do it. Here you go. You can take a picture of it and then figure out your own deficit. Boom, you just saved a whole lot of money. All right, so, yeah. Yep, so it is going to be 2.5, roughly that. It's not going to be quite even. All right. So, next one. If you cannot stay, this is one thing I wanted to say because I know it's the holidays. You might have to go and, I don't know, eat, take a snack, munch on a cookie. Okay. So this is where you can go to get all of my replays. So I have this lovely channel here, ACG Math Tutoring. If you want to subscribe, you can go ahead and subscribe and you'll see all of my videos from February 2nd up to yesterday. Because that's up there now. So if you ever need anything of like these sample questions, or if anything like I did like individual instructional piece, so like factoring, system of equations, system of inequalities, looking at like those 4-point type questions for the GED, this is a place where you can go. It's a free subscription. Go ahead, knock yourself out, have fun with it. All right. Okay. All right, so what is this? The ASVAB. Actually, I got this online. It's not even from a book. Yep, this was directly from online. All right, Merry Christmas to you. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at number 5. Here you go. And then this one is just basically for the ASVAB, as you can see. Okay. Air Force qualifying. Now, we have Jimmy B's Diner runs a breakfast special. If a customer buys a special for $2, he can come back on consecutive days and eat again for just $1.25. Interesting. If a person pays $8.25 for breakfast during the week, how many consecutive days did he eat the breakfast specials at Jimmy B's? Is it A, 7 days, B, 6 days, C, 4 days, or D, 5 days? What do you think? Is that the name of the book? Yep. It's not even a book. I'm telling you, I just got this online. It's not even a book. Any new books? Yes, things are going to be coming out soon. I'm working on a workbook series, actually. and some other resources. So it's coming out soon. I'm going to actually do some kind of pre-launch stuff just to get you guys with some stuff. All right, so I'm seeing 5. I'm seeing Michael saying D, it's 5. Baby is saying 7. Nini is saying D. Mex is saying D. Veronica is saying C. Ingrid is saying the answer is D. Queen E is saying B. Welcome back. Okay, Alicia's saying 5, sorry, which is D. Yep, I got you, Mex. All right, let's see. Phoenix is saying she's not sure, but she's thinking it's C. Juliet is saying 5. Okay, Black Opal saying D. Juicy is saying B. All right, let's see. Pamela is saying C. Pac-Man is saying B. All right. Oh, wait, got a little visitor. All right, come on. Mama's live. I know. I swear, I think it's you guys because I was here all by myself all day. And as soon as I get live, that's when she wants to come on. Anywho. All right. So we're looking at, all right, we can do it algebraically if we want, but we also have to include that first day. So if we look at it, we got $1.25, okay, for each time. But we know that there was a special for $2 with my $8.25. So if I subtract this $2, that's going to give me my $6.25. So if I got my $1.25, so when we have our $6.25, we got $1.25. That should be 5, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Not bad, mental math. Look at her go. All right, so here's the thing. They bought the special for $2, right? So we're going to pull that $2 out. Let me make this a little bit smaller. Okay, then they said when they 5. All right, so if a person pays $8.25 for the breakfast during the week, how many consecutive days did he eat the breakfast at Jimmy B's? So we already included that first day. So then in order for this to happen, for the $1.25, that had to be 5 days. But this 5 is just for the 5 consecutive days. It did not include the first day. Your answer is actually going to be B. What we calculated here is how many consecutive days, but we didn't add the first day to the consecutive days. So it's actually going to be B. All right, let the arguments come. They're like, what? Yup. Okay. So I know, and sometimes it is that verbiage. It is the verbiage. Nope, it's not 5. 5 is just the consecutive days. Or maybe it is. Because how many days total? Actually, it is going to be 5. Hold on. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. And that's a good probability. Because it says how many consecutive days. It didn't say how many days. It said how many consecutive days. So you guys are right. I am wrong. It is going to be D. Because it asks how many consecutive days, not how many total days. So you're right. So it is 5. See? Now you know that I'm not AI. See? You know, well, maybe I am AI because sometimes GPT and all those things do make errors too. I don't even know who I am. I don't know. Maybe I'm someone's gameplay. I have no idea. Yep. You feel better. I'm actually, I feel better. Okay. Yep. I know. All right, so let's take a look at this one. Let's see if Audrey can't screw this one up. All right, so 40 soldiers in basic training are undergoing hand-to-hand combat training in a 60-minute training period, but only 10 can be trained at a time. In order for each soldier to get the same amount of training time, how many minutes should each soldier be trained? Is it A, 1.5 minutes? Is it B, 6 minutes? C, 30 minutes? Or D, 15 minutes? What do you think? Yeah, definitely. Okay. So Freedom Rider, hello Freedom Rider, how are you? Is saying C, Alicia is saying C, Pamela saying B. Is Fadima? No, wait, hold on. Trying to put the words together. Dia. Femdia? Maybe? Okay, G Money saying B, Sterling saying D. Your brain. It's all right, Golden Girls. Just one step at a time. Trust me. Juicy is following. Thank you for the follow. User 94. It's okay. Julie. Okay, 4 groups of 10 for 15 minutes. So we got Nini saying D. Sterling D. Okay, AC divide 60 to whatever answer you think. Okay. DMX and D. Sterling, 15 minutes. D. Okay, no, sorry. Okay. Would it be 60 divided by 10? Ooh. Why 10? Just kind of curious. 10 divided by whatever answer. These word problems are so tricky. It's all right. We're going to take it step by step. Yep. All right. Okay, so don't forget how many soldiers we have. Okay, so I'm seeing D, I'm seeing D. Okay. So we have 40 soldiers and there's 60 minutes. Okay, but we can only do 10 at a time. All right, so if we want, we could do a proportion. That's one way. 40 out of the 60 minutes. So it's the people over the time in minutes. So then if we have 10 soldiers, we want to know how many minutes. So we could do our 60 times 10, which will give us our 600. But we need to divide that by 40. And since both of them end in 0, we can just go boom and boom. So now we have 60 divided by 4. And 60 divided by 4, we go 1, carry. So that will give me my 15 minutes. Okay, it is 15. All right. Is that 1 at a time get you? Yep. Well, it's 10 at a time. So if you think, we can do it this way. So you can only do 10 at a time. There's 40 of them. So just like someone mentioned, we got 4 groups of 10, right? So if we got 4 groups of 10 and there's only 60 minutes in an hour, right? We can divide the 60 by the 4 groups and you can get your 15 minutes that way. So you see how like you can also use, if I want to say, common sense. And if you want to draw it out, you're like, okay, I got 4 groups, right? There's 10 people here. There's 10 people here. There's 10 people here. There's 10 people there. Oops, let me raise this up a little bit. Okay, so I know if I got 60 minutes, and 60 minutes can break up into 4 sections, so that means this is 15 here, this 15 here, that's a half an hour. 15 here, 15 here, that's a full hour. So then how many minutes should each of the soldiers get? So we got our 15 minutes because we want that group of 10. I know it says each soldier and you're probably thinking, oh, well, now I got to divide that even more. No. Because if they could only do 10 soldiers at a time, that's why it's just going to be just the 15. So we don't have to go any further than that. Okay? The groups of 10, right? I know, and it does. It gets confusing. But since they said that they want to do 10 can be trained at one time. Okay, so that's why it'll be the 15. Okay? So we didn't have to even do all this. We could just, write it out or make yourself a little design. Okay. All right. So let's try this. Okay. So for number 7, so Steve can make 9 candles in an hour. How long will it take him to make 126 candles? Is it A, 14 hours, B, 9 hours, C, 7 hours, or D, 16 hours? They do a lot of proportions. A lot of proportions in this. So ASVAB, I've heard that they do a lot of proportions, the same as ACCUPLACER, and of course, the TEAS test and the HESI test. Okay. Yep. And they do a lot of word problems because that's the easiest way to even people out or just to give people the boot. Okay. So we got A's, we got healthy, we got A, user 45 and A, my soccer, my ball person is with A's, okay, with the 14 hours. I see you, Queen E with an A. AC is with 14, that'll be A. Okay, DJ is saying C. Okay. It's like Shay Too Sweet is saying A. Mike is saying 14, which is my A. Okay, Nene, we got our A. Michael with our A. F with our A. All right. So we have our 14 because think about it. If we had 9 candles in 1 hour, so then there was 126 candles in we don't know how many hours. If I tried, I know I can multiply 9 times 14 to get me my 126. So if I do 1 times 14, I'm going to get 14. Which gives me 14 hours. Okay. Now, if you're not sure about the multiplication, you could have done cross. So 9 times x, it gives you 9x, and 1 times 126 is 126. All right, divide both sides by 9. How many 9s can go into 12? That's 1. Give me a remainder of 3. Bring down the 6, make it into a 36. How many 9s can go into 36? That will be a 4. Okay, so you got one of 2 ways. Hey, Candy. Yep. Yep, and you can either do the 126 divided by 9. Yes, you can. All right, thank you. You basically divide it. Awesome, because that's what you're doing. That works. All right. Let's see if we can get a couple more in because, it's close to dinner time for some people. All right. So your boss gives you a bonus and you decide to carpet the bedrooms in your house. The house contains one 12 by 14 foot bedroom and 12 by 10 foot bedroom and one 8 by 12 foot bedroom. If carpet costs $4.25 per square yard, how much will this project cost? Is it A, $181.33, B, $343.92, C, $296.87, or D, $630.41. Ooh. Why did she hesitate with yards? Why did she hesitate with yards? Okay. Okay, so you think it's C? All right. Let's see what we get. I know. And if you're not sure, you remember you can always put a question mark into the chat if you're not sure. It sounds like a brain aneurysm to me. Maybe. Maybe a little, movement of the brain. We might want to say something like that. Just a little bit of a movement. All right. Thank you for your honesty, guys, for Nini and Alicia. Michael thinks it's A. Okay. Why do they want to trick you so bad? Because this is the easiest way that we can say a yes and a no to somebody and make them feel bad. Think about it. Okay, Phoenix Queen, we're saying question mark. Thank you for your honesty. Everyone can't go. Everyone can't go. Okay. Lunar, hello and welcome back. You're saying it's D. Okay. All right. So let's take a gander. All right. So we have 12 by 14 foot. We got a 12 by 10 and we got an 8 by 12 foot. So they want to know if the carpet costs $4.25 per square yard. Okay, so remember, let me see if I can put it over here. 3 feet is equivalent to 1 yard. Okay, got to keep that into mind. So we need to figure out how many feet we actually have in this house. So how we can do that, let's multiply. I want you to multiply the 12 and the 14. I want you to multiply the 12 and the 10. Okay? Because this is the dimension of one of the bedrooms. This is the dimension of another bedroom. And then this is the dimension of the other bedroom. So when we do our 12 times 14, that gives us our 168. 12 times 10 gives us our 120. And 8 times 12 gives us our 96. Okay? So this is going to be the dimensions in feet. So we have 8 and 6, that gives us our 14. Carry the 1. So we can use that 1 and 9, that gives me 10, plus the 6 and 2, that gives me 18. Carry the 1. And then we got 1, 2, 3 ones. So total areas is 384 feet. But we don't want to know in feet. They're asking in square yards. Okay? So we got the area. Now we got to convert. So for us to convert, we have to have this 384. And we're going to multiply by what I mentioned. We're going to say 1 yard is equivalent to 3 feet. The reason why I'm putting the feet down in the denominator and the yards in the numerator, because the 384, that's the feet. So what happens is when I multiply, when there's a fraction, one's in the numerator, one's in the denominator, those units are going to cancel out. So in actuality, what's happening here is we got our 384 and we're going to divide by 3. Okay, so once we get with our 3, this is going to slowly get us into that yardage. But this is what they want. They want squared yardage. So we have to figure out what this is and then multiply it by the 425. All right. So everybody's like, well, why are we doing it once? We got to do it twice because we got to multiply this 3 down the denominator twice because we're looking at this square yardage. We're not expanding this. We're expanding this because that's only 1 feet. We want 2. We want our square yardage. We just got 1. So by putting that 1/3 for us to multiply again, we'll be able to figure out what our units are. So it's actually going to be 384 divided by 9. Because 3 squared is 3 times 3. So we don't have to worry about squaring later. So 384 divided by 9, and I'm going to say approximate, we're looking at 42 and 60, yeah, there's a repeat 6s, and 67 cents, because I'm going to round it up. Now we're going to take this number. I know, it's like 20 years later. I think we all aged like 20. So I'll be like 73 by now. Still looking scrumptious. Okay, so we're going to have our $42.67, and we're going to multiply that by our 425 to get roughly our answer. And I know we can put in the calculator, but if you're going to take the GED, the ASVAB, and the ACCUPLACER, you got to do all this by hand. What? Yes. All of this has to be done by hand. I know. No, this is just feet, not feet squared, right? And that's why I had to put the 3 down, because we need the feet to be represented twice in order for us to get our squared. Okay, so now we have our 35 carry the 3, so that'll be 33 carry the 3, that'll be 13 carry the 1, and that'll be 21. 2 and 7 is 14, carry the 1, 12, that's 13, carry the 1, 4, that's 5, and 2 and 4, that's 8. Make sure you guys see it. Now 4 and 7 is 28, that goes on to the next one, carry the 2, 6 and 4 is 24, plus 2 is 26, carry the 2, that's 8, that makes it 10, carry the 1, 16, that'll be 17. Now, adding all together, we have 5, 7, 6, and 8, that's 14, carry the 1. So now we got 11, 12, 13, carry the 1, 8 and 2, and plus 1, that's 11, and 81. So once I see this, I'm looking at, this is 2 decimal places. This is 2 decimal places, so my answer needs to be 4 decimal places. So I'm moving over 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 181.35 if I can round it. But remember, I rounded up here. So the closest one is going to be A, not B, A. Okay. I know, all of that made me tired. Okay. All right. So now that the ones that are still here, one, I'm proud of you, because you'll probably say, what? And they want us to do this all by hand? Yes, they do. Now, that's the one thing about the arithmetic reasoning. So it is a lot of word problems. That's what it basically is. Now, the algebra part of it is just what it is. You do an evaluating. It's stuff that you basically see in a regular high school level class. So doing the substitution, doing system of equations, the equation line, the graphing, and all that. But the word problems, you can't escape from. Because as soon as it started getting harder, my numbers dropped from like 500 and some to like 50. Because everyone's like, oh, too hard, I'm out. That's what they're doing with these exams. They know that there's going to be people that's going to give up. So they're just like, okay, who's going to give up? We can weed them out and then keep the ones that want to do it and that want to excel. So that's why I'm like, I'm so proud of you. I know it's not easy. Trust me, I know it's not easy because I used to struggle with math when I was younger. I was not born a math genius and like, oh, she's just so smart. Like, no, I had to work to figure these things out and figure out what the patterns are. All right. An 8-point problem. I know, right? Yeah, I know. And you took it last month. Exactly. So here's my thing. Again, I'm going to put it here because I'm not going to take your Christmas away. Let me continue to do the work. So again, if you want a copy or just want to watch the replay of this, this is what I do. I come on. I'm going to continue doing some more of these, especially for tomorrow. I think I'm supposed to be coming on twice tomorrow, but I think I'm only going to be able to come at 3 p.m. tomorrow because I really want to get my project done. And at the same time, what my project is, I created a workbook series and it's supposed to help people with the math just like this, with the GED, the ASVAB, the ACCUPLACER, the TEAS test. And it's basically all the algebraic components that a lot of people have forgotten. And I'm putting together resources like matching cards, flashcards, as well as taking a lot of the resources that I have used in my previous math notebooks to help people with the math component. So I am going to be starting like a pre-sale and I'm going to give like a sampler tomorrow. So like all this stuff that you see like in the back of the books that I usually have, even my factor chart is going to be in the backs of all of these workbooks. The one thing that I notice about workbooks, especially for GED and ASVAB, is that it's great that you get the answers in the back of the book, but then you have no idea how you get the answer. Or there's little to no instruction. It's just like, okay, this is it. And it gives you like a little bit of this is how you do it. And then when they give you a test question, you're just like, that is nothing compared to what I was studying. So I'm trying to match it to what you will probably see on those standardized tests. Put it into like a 15-book series. I'm releasing them 5 books at a time because 1, I don't want to overwhelm you. 2, I don't want to burn myself out. And 3, I really want to make sure I give a lot of the resources. So be on the lookout. Possibly tomorrow, I'm going to have like some kind of ad to really promote this and push this. And this is going to be like a pre-launch. So I'm going to be giving things at a low rate, just so you guys can get a sample of it. And then when the books will be released will be New Year's Day. So January 1st, that's when I'm shooting for the launch of the book. All right. Am I done? Yeah, I am done. I tried to just do an hour. I'm not these type of people that just want to sit here for 2 to 3 hours. You got stuff to do. You have things. They took regular math and made it all crazy problems. Yep, they do. All right. And that's what they do. Like really figuring out what the pattern is. And most of the times, especially I have these workbooks designed for adult learners. Like you haven't seen this since you were a fetus. So now you're supposedly going back to school and trying to pass a college algebra course. And you're like, dude, I have never seen this a day in my life. or you're trying to get your GED and people are like, oh, this should be easy for you because it's multiplication. And they don't know that you had to leave school in order to take care of your siblings just before you got to multiplication. You just used everything with a calculator. So it's kind of like, I have that in thoughts. Please don't go. I have to go. I have to create, to make things, to make you guys feel confident, make you guys feel better, you know? So I tried to do this stuff. So if anything, I will be back tomorrow. Same time, 3 o'clock. I'm not sure about 10 o'clock. I don't know. But I can definitely say 3 o'clock tomorrow, I will be here. And we're going to continue on with some more of these problems. There's no escaping it. All right. So have a great rest of your day. For most of you guys, this is your day off. I appreciate you spending an hour with me. It does. It means a lot. Even with, the likes or just your time and your attention, it means a tremendous amount. You have no idea. It was very low and lonely this morning, but now I'm feeling a lot better because I came on live. So I will see you guys tomorrow, and be on the lookout for my little sampler and it's called Algebra at Your Pace. I just try to keep it simple. All right. Okay. I helped you a lot. Oh, good, Phoenix. All right. Not a problem, Caribbean Queen. Okay, guys, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Bye now.